You are certain Hyzan's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
We really should have kept a better eye on Milo. Like, we knew that she was a spy from, like, day one. I guess it would have been suspicious if we had someone following her all the time, but... regardless, we should have kept a better eye on her. We knew she was a spy.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
We really shouldn't, dude.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings.
Please don't do this, my guy.
There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals.
We don't know that.
Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already?
Exactly.
Is the suffering of the Rosal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
Exactly.
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rosal, is that a small price to you?
I'd like to hear what you say about that.
It is.
Really?
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I mean, to be fair, don't ask a question you're not ready for the worst answer for.
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant.
Unfortunately, that's the best decision.
The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I don't like it either.
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears. I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
I mean, I am in this position as well, kind of.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Rosal in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Rosal would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk.
I mean, I do think we should do that at some point, but if we were to ally with Gustadolf, to take down Hyzant. When we do that, we can make part of the deal through still being like, okay, you can have some part of the salt or whatever from Hyzant, but we will take the Roselle, you know? That's a simple solution, I think. I didn't think about it too hard, so there's probably a couple dozen flaws in that, but hey, it's something, you know?
Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
That is a very good question. That's the first thing I thought of when she brought up that plan.
Aesfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
I'm curious too.
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
So your plan is to basically just grab the Roselle and then just run away. Just complete... Okay. But, I mean, that could work, I suppose, but there's still a couple flaws in that plan.
Centralia is a myth.
Yeah, we don't know if that's true or not.
The legends of my people are true.
One of them, at least.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence! I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
Yeah, same, honestly. I was kind of hoping otherwise, though.
I feel the same.
Very well. But know that a choice must be made. There can only be one way forward. Face the scales of conviction and prepare to make peace with the outcome.
I really hope I get the decision I want. They've been pretty good so far, but if I were to mess up at some point, it would be now. The vote we take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, let's proceed. I'm prepared to accept its outcome. I don't know if I am. Everyone's undecided. Oh no. Okay, I mean, that's actually for the best. Because it means that they'll probably be easier to sway no matter which one. Can I go outside? I don't think so. Okay, Huh. Can I go outside? Lord Serenoa, I cannot help but feel that our greatest battle lies ahead regardless of which path you choose. That's probably true, to be honest. I know that this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to our first child not a few days ago. You are a father before a soldier. It's your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolfort. I will not force you to march with us. It's only that you act according to your own convictions. Let's pull together if we are to emerge victorious, as that you see us through this final battle. You know what, dude? I trust you. You know which choice to make. But I have time to think about it, my lord. Obviously, dude. That before my diverges as well, and I must also take time to think before making a decision. Let us both choose a path that leaves us with no regrets. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. It's an honor to call you my lord. Alright. I hope I'm choosing the right options. I don't know. I mean, this is probably like the best way to gain whichever conviction, you know? No matter. I think Roland, Lady Frederica, and Sir Benedict's convictions would diverge so greatly after all this time. Just you and me, Lord Cyrano. What do you make of their plans? I believe Benedict's plans... I believe that Benedict plans to use Esros' ideals of freedom to ascend to the top of all Norzelia. I think Roland intends to put his personal feelings aside to bring peace and equality to everyone. Frederica's wish is a human one. She desires to liberate those who have been cruelly oppressed. I mean, this is just saying which one I want to win, right? Obviously, I'm going with Benedict. That's my definitive answer. So he would join forces with the Duchy, not only to survive, but to prepare for the final stage of his plan. Make it a strategy that no ordinary tactician would come up with. I most certainly not want him as my enemy. Thankfully for us, he is House Wolfort's most loyal retainer. Indeed he is. Though it does make me wonder if everything he has done is simply for the sake of our house, or something more. Don't make me think he's the bad guy. Please, I want to trust him. I've already thought about it before. Oh no. Don't put that thought into my head, please. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. Makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by the Scales' decision. Oh no. I really hope that if you don't... I hope that they don't make it so that if you don't convince someone to join you, you lose them as a party member. Like, if I don't convince Gila, for example, I just don't have a healer. Well, I will have there are plenty of healers in the game, but Gila's my main healer, you know? What if I don't get Anna? Or Huette? Anna and Huette are like my main too, you know? It's fine. It's fine. That's not gonna happen. We'll just convince everyone. Lord Cyranoa, it will fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path as we always have. Alright. So can we go outside? No. Okay, so we just have to go... Oh, I can't put it off any. Okay. Let's... talk to Gila. Let's just go down the list. Gianna, Anna, Huette, Eredor.
What do you need?
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I'm sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederic have agonized over their proposals.
Well...
So now we must agonize over our own decisions. I agree with Benedict's strategy. Great, tell me what drives you to embrace Benedict's strategy. Slan shall belong to House Wolfort so long as I draw breath. That's a good one. Any concession to Hyzantis is like as not to result in the theft of our kingdom in the name of their perverse sense of equality. I like that one too. This one is too simple, I think. This one has a bit more thought put into it, so I'm gonna pick it. Perhaps the contribution to our domain and the crystals, coupled with the fall of Esros, should win us unfathomable esteem in their eyes.
Well, what if...
Though the Saintly Seven control the salts, the thought nothing of oppressing the Roselle to maintain their hold on power. So yes, I see a little reason why they would look kindly upon recent converts, such as ourselves, making such an entrance. And all the while we would know the truth, but the goddess's teachings are a lie.
I don't know.
Precisely. We would meet the swift end, indeed. Were they to find out that we know? Yes. There are plenty of reasons to strike them down now. What outcome do you foresee? Provided we have the salt crystals and Death Snell in hand, victory shall be ours. We haven't seen the Death Snell, to be fair. But if it's anything comparable to Elfric, we'll have decent odds that the people of Glenbrook will be treated no better than the Roselle under Hyzan's rule. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this one.
I wonder about that.
On what grounds? Glenbrook is a kingdom of unbelievers. We cannot guarantee every last one of our subjects will take up the goddess's teachings. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Basically, absorbing an atheist country and expecting all of them to just immediately bow down to your religion. Which is not going to happen, you know? Like, you're not going to convince an entire country of people to just change their way of life like that, you know? Are you not taking a rather dim view of all this? I should think nearly all of them are. I should think nearly all of them will.
But
Or at the very least, fame that they have, that's fame. If that is the cost of living in peace and harmony. I actually think that's what happens in Hyzant. Everyone's just kind of pretending, you know? Perhaps they are as flexible and resilient as you say. I should certainly like to believe so. They are, for better and worse. Useless as it is to tell you now, you needn't worry about the people. Rather, I fear they are too pliable, and will learn to hate the Roselle ere long. Appears indifferent. Ah, shit. That's fine. Let's go for Anna now. Just down the list. Please, Anna. I believe in you.
Lord Saranoa.
Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyzant hunts us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, flee with the Roselle.
However,
Bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Okay, so she's leaning towards Benedict, which is good. Why has Benedict's strategy swayed you? Bound by the Holy See's control of salt supplies, built as it is on a lie meant to justify exploiting an entire people. I believe we can use the salt crystals to coax Esros into an alliance against Hyzant. Anna's a bit more utilitarian than moralistic, you know? I probably should have been thinking about what answers Gila would have liked, instead of picking the ones I like the most. Like, I like this one more. But I think Anna would like this one a bit more. I'm gonna pick this one. True, our goals align for the moment, which means Gustave may entertain negotiations.
in that case,
He will offer salt and military might in exchange for the Death-Knell. Yes, one weapon that could reduce Goddess's shield to rubble. Sound and logical proposal, one with a fair chance of succeeding.
but
Though we are not the only ones prepared to test a new weapon, that's true. Hyzant has Elfric at its disposal, yes. Its use in battle, however, is severely limited. Especially in a siege, if that's their only weapon, perhaps we shall have little trouble. Not sure about that, though. They wouldn't let us know their only secret weapon, you know? Especially considering we were kind of on shaky ground already at the time, you know? Okay, Huet now. I'm very to be fair, I think we're fine so far. I think we have convinced at least Anna. Because it seems like she was already leaning towards Benedict. I wasn't really paying attention to what Gila was. I think I'm just gonna trust, you know? I will trust. Huet time.
However,
Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. As a subject, it's my duty to follow his decree, and yes, my lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. Okay, so Benedict's strategy is going to be the hardest one to convince her with, but I gotta try. So you wish to enact Benedict's stratagem. What leads you to believe we should ally with Esros? An alliance with Esros gives us iron. We already have salt. Together we will cower before Hyzant no longer. people do not deserve to be cast aside, given over to some other nation. They deserve protection, we shall provide it. Surrender the salt crystals would be to surrender our last remaining weapon. We would be but puppets to the Hierophants. That's true. Estros gives us iron. Do we not have iron, actually? I've never thought of that. We have metal weapons. Do we not have iron? That's a big deal if we don't. People do not deserve to be cast aside, given over to some other nation. They deserve protection, shall provide it. I think Huet would like this option the most. Maybe this one. But I'm gonna pick this one because I personally like it more. You have the right of it, my lord. They'll take everything we hold dear, suits their perverse vision of equality. Okay, that sounded like the right option. We'd only look to the result to see how well they tolerate dissent. Okay, so that sounded like the right decision. Indeed, if not for the esteem we gained in their eyes, we would never have reclaimed the capital. But we owe them no more. We submit to their rule.
But
Shudder to think what will become of us. Thus your use of assault crystals to establish our standing with them. Ah, that sounded so good though. Why is she indifferent? It's fine. It's fine. This is a really big deal. Your sweat and bloods fed this land, built it into a proper domain. So no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzance. Yeah, I knew you'd think so. Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon. But even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging I feel and I get every time I think about our options. Okay, so you're pretty easy to convince no matter what. I agree with Benedict. Think Benedict will get us through this too, eh? What do you reckon? Duty's always been to the Wolfort domain and its people. Stop at nothing to protect them both. We control the salt crystals. As such, there is precious little to be gained by allying with Hyzant. I can read. Seeing how Hyzant treats the Roselle, there's no reason to expect they'll treat us as equals. That's true. This is obviously the right option for Eredor, right? Like, he's very honor-bound, you know? Thinks mostly of other people. I have no way of knowing if the domain will be spared. We submit to Hyzant. Trying to free the Roselle is a sure way to get ourselves killed. Let's side with Estros, take the Holy State off the map then, right? Indeed, learn to look past Estros' transgressions. We are to protect what matters most. Expect nothing less from the Lord of the House. Excellent reasoning, truly. Alright. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say I can't convince you, can I?
Serenoa.
Let's give Hyzant the Salt Crystals, Cal Estros, and unite all Norzelia in the name of the goddess. Else we will never know peace. The Roselle will continue to suffer, it is true, but this will end the war as we know it. Countless more will live in peace as equals.
I have made my decision.
I'll see this done, not just for the people of Glenbrook, but all for Norzelia. Roland, you're a king. Surely cooperation with Hyzant need not mean the forfeit of the kingdom.
I think not.
That is where you are wrong, my friend. My time on the throne has shown me that the people need a force more powerful than any king to show them the way. There are many paths that can lead us out of war, Roland. Cooperating with Esfrost, for instance. End the war by allying with the very Archduke who set this in motion. No, cooperating with that tyrant ends nothing. His avarice has brought only pain and suffering to this land.
Moreover,
If anyone understood the torturous path I've taken to arrive to this decision, thought it would be you, Serenoa. Roland's resolve is steadfast. Your words have no power here. That's fair. I haven't changed my mind. But let's just talk to everyone, see what they have to say, you know? Even if we can't convince them. I'm not gonna convince Benedict to go against a strategy that I want, but I just want to hear what he has to say.
My lord.
Share a common goal with Esfrost at the moment. He's incumbent upon us. I haven't seen that word before. To seize that opportunity and rid Nosearle of Hyzance for good. Indeed, the Salt Crystals make an alliance with Esfrost possible, but Roland would never assent to it. He feels the weight of the crown, underestimates his own abilities, and has allowed his hatred for Gustulf to cloud his judgment. Sympathize, but those matters should have no bearing on the welfare of our house. Perhaps you are right. Then what of Frederica's vision? Do you concede that her plan concerns our house?
Quite impossible.
I concede nothing, for her strategy is out of the question. She asks us to forfeit all we have fought to build in this domain. How can I reasonably entertain such a proposition? And you'll brook no argument otherwise? None.
We must decide.
May I remind you that you are Lord of House Wolford. Your duty is to your people above all else.
I believe I've reached a decision.
This moment requires a dispassionate mind. I pray you have one. I thought so. Okay, Frederica, what do you have to say?
Serenoa.
Only we can free the Roselle and expose the lie that has kept them in the bondage these many years. However, we must move quickly while their gaze is fixed upon the salt crystals. I believe we can succeed. Hear you plea, yet I cannot help but wonder if you wish to act with too much haste.
But...
Know not what I can do to prove to you that I have thought this through. Swear to you, this is no fit of pique. Benedict's stratagem may also provide the chance to strike at Hyzance. Would that not be enough? It's not that it may provide the chance, it will. We are allying with Esfrost to take down Hyzance. All of Hyzance. I don't see how this is a bad outcome for you, Frederica. If we take down Hyzance, we can free the Roselle. It's simple as. Also prolongs the war, thus the immense suffering of my people. Even if we do not prevail, you know as well as I that my brother is not a merciful man. Will not spare so much as a thought for the weak. That's a fair point, actually. I understand your thoughts now. That much is true. The Roselle's plight would be then buried once more amid negotiations between the nations. Right. Do you see the time is now when we have the power to save them? Power we forfeit if we assent to Roland's plan.
I have decided.
His is one vision for a future that I cannot abide. Perhaps my concerns seem narrow when all Nosearle is at stake, but I know you can save my brothers and sisters. I beg you to consider it. Okay, I understand her a bit more now. But I've already talked to everyone. I've already made my decision. Let's hope I got it. I mean, I feel like I did. But let's stop procrastinating. No more putting it off. Okay.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Yeah, we know who you're gonna pick. You two and Frederica. That's one for us.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Okay, two for us. Winning so far. Anna?
You have my vote.
Put my faith in you, Lord Cerno. Let's go. I think we've just won. Unless these two people vote for other
I
people.
cannot be swayed.
Ah. I think Eridor's got me, though.
I'm with you.
Alright, let's go. Okay. Oh, that was a bit stressful.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Let's go.
The way forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low.
I still don't really like any of the options, but Benedict's was the best.